Everyone talks about Amazon's success, but nobody tells you the ugly truth behind it. And the ugly truth is selling on Amazon might be easy at first, but right when you start generating sales, you'll run into issues like deactivated listings. And this is what a deactivated listing looks like. It's when this cute little dog pops up, right? But it's not cute because your listing's been deactivated. If you're selling a product and you're like, oh, I'm making a lot of money, everything's going great, what happens is there's a lot of Chinese competitors that find out you're making money and then attempt to undercut you with another product, right? A cheaper version of your product that's probably not nearly as good. We're using AMZScout, and then what we can do is actually see the seller's country, and you can see if you type in forearm trainer, forearm workout, almost all of the sellers are straight up from China. China. Oh, there's one US. So you can see in certain categories, China dominates. And if that's the case, you probably don't want to compete in that category. You want to be in a category where it's hard and difficult for China to compete. So keep that in mind at the end of the day when you are launching a product. But if we're going to the next one, what also happens, and I've seen, is competitors get mad at you. So if you come into a niche and there's not that many competitors, a competitor might target you and purposely get their friends, their family to leave negative reviews on your product. And I've seen it happen time and time again. So this could also happen, and that's just a part of being in business, is to fight back and then get these reviews removed, right? Now, when you are doing your product research, a great idea is to use free tools and paid tools. The one that I just showed you was AMZScout. And the great part about this is they do have a product research tool as well as an AI extension. Now, the AI extension just shows you all of the sales data, right? How much they're making per month. They also have a product database. As you can see, you can type in a product and you can find new ideas in different products to launch on Amazon, which is going to make your life so much easier, especially if you can filter it by what category has the most Chinese sellers compared to the ones that have the most US sellers. Usually if you're competing against a product, maybe it's a pesticide that stops bugs from coming into your house. That's most likely going to be somebody who's from the US is creating that product, because China doesn't know the laws and the regulations for those types of products, right? So you want to look and find what are those niches where China's not going to come in, potentially steal your product and potentially undercut you with 40 different listings, right? So keep that at the end of the day. Also, Amazon does keep increasing their fees. So right now it's saying it's only increasing around 8 cents per unit each year. But if you can have a product that does have a pretty high profit margin, that's going to help at the end of the day. Now, it does seem difficult, but there are sellers that are making a ton of money on Amazon. And this is a great item. This is a crochet kit, and it actually teaches you how to crochet. Now, the thing is with the Chinese, they don't speak English very well. So what happens is this is from somebody who is from the US. They speak perfect English, and that's why their reviews are so good. China tried to come in and compete with them, but they are doing a terrible job because their instructions aren't good whatsoever. So this could potentially be a great niche to sell in. And yep, they're making $600,000 a month right now. So it is possible to find a great niche and double down on that. But it's really looking at the sellers, the data, what you're good at, and going from there. And this is why we use AMZScout on a regular basis. This is one of my favorite tools. Each tool is different, right? There's a lot of other tools, but this one does have different features than all of the other ones, right? So you want to try them out and see which one works the best, right? I do believe they have a free trial, so you can start for free and just see how you like it. But you can also see that you can look up keywords, AI listing builder, ready-made solutions, and different things. But the biggest one I do like about this tool is they also give you training, and it's from people who are already successful on Amazon or have been successful. So you can learn from scratch, and that's what you really want to do. You want to make sure that you learn and then you implement and you try to launch it yourself. It may not be a straight up success the first time, but then you learn again and then you launch again. And usually that second launch, if the first one isn't successful, the second launch is usually more successful. And having a nice little checklist, right, if you're doing manufacturer research, is going to help you determine if you want to work with somebody or not. So you want to have a manufacturer research checklist. You want to have a product research checklist to make sure you're going through and you're launching products that are logically good, not just emotionally good. A lot of people launch products out of emotion, but you really want to do your research to make sure it's logically good as well. Here's some of the training from AMZScout. So they've got private label, but they also have people who have made $1 million or more in a year on Amazon, how they did it, introduction, companies they worked with, keyword, optimizing listings, and much more. So it's great to see these types of tools. There's also free tools within Amazon called the self-assessment tool that I'm going to pull up right here. So if you do create an Amazon Seller Central account, they do have free tools within it. And you can go to catalog, add products, and then actually do a self-assessment tool. We're going to see compliance references, compliance self-assessment, and this is going to make sure you can determine if any products are restricted or what certifications you need to launch products. Remember, if a product needs a certification, it's going to be more difficult for people to compete with you, especially people from China. So if you're selling let's say, a kid's stroller, infant walkers, right? What you can do is it's going to see infant walkers. You're going to scroll to the right, view help content, and it's going to tell you the certifications that you need in order to even sell this product. This is going to help you big time. That way, when you supply to Amazon, you're going to notice that there's a lot of competitors that don't want to supply these documents because it costs a significant amount of money. But if you find a manufacturer that already has these documents, it's going to be a lot easier from you right from the get, right? So just keep all of these in mind, that it does take a lot of research, a lot of dedication, a lot of time. But once you learn Amazon, you know it works, you know who you're competing against, it becomes a lot easier.